So thanks once again to Mrs. Green for all of her hard work. As you all know, American Indian Model is a school based on meritocracy. Students who work hard are rewarded. And all the students sitting here have earned and deserve their place on this stage and as part of the class of 2015 at their respective universities. Two students, however, have considerably surpassed their teachers' expectations of them day in, day out, year after year. And I'd like to take this time to honor those students with American Indian Public High School College Scholarship, $1,000. The first recipient is Kai Tong Fong. The second recipient is Daisy Nemesio. You've all heard speeches about the rigorous classes and academics that our students take. And most parents seek out American Indian Public High School because of its standing as the top high school in Northern California, number 3 in the state of California, and as many of you may know, we were recently awarded the distinction of being one of the top high schools in America by the Washington Post. But what happens once these students have left our gates? What happens to these students once they enter the proverbial real world? Well, this year's keynote speaker is uniquely suited to address this question. As an Oakland native and graduate of AIPTS, Mr. Edward Moreno Jr. can easily relate to the grueling workload, challenging classes, and rigid structure employed at American Indian. Similarly, as a member of Dartmouth College's class of 2010, he understands the immense challenges and rewarding opportunities that await these graduates. Mr. Moreno currently works for the United States Geological Survey in Menlo Park, where he helps monitor California's water resources. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome one of our own, this year's keynote speaker, Mr. Edward Moreno Jr.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Graduates, hope you're excited. This is my first commencement speech, so I'm excited. Thanks for this opportunity. Let's go right ahead. I'm sure some of you all know this school as a magnificent example of academic excellence. However, only a few of you may be aware of its humble beginning. While some may accept some form of spontaneous generation as the origin story for the American Indian Public Charter School, the reality is that the school and its model arose from the ashes of disaster. I've had the privilege of experiencing the growth of this institution, and I can say that the greatness we see today is in no way spontaneous. Dr. Chavis repeated ad nauseum that the importance of recognizing American Indian as a family. But this entire notion of family is definitely this family's become. This beautiful orchestration of Ben's vision, the teachers' emotional investment and commitment to this cause, and the students' hard-working determination have resonated for the last decade with no sign of ending anytime soon. To give you an idea of what one might have experienced before the school made its turnaround, picture a post-apocalyptic scene. You approach the school for your day of class. Before you stand, a derelict shell of the school, doors barely on hinges, windows broken and torn out. As you make your way to campus, you tread through overgrown weeds and unmaintained yard. The smell of decay is confirmed by the sight of a rotting and half-consumed carpet, big carpet lying on the ground next to a shattered monitor. But what was most unfortunate was the attrition, the neglect, and the decay which you came upon when you entered the front door. Any educator will tell you that the time is a valuable component for learning. And I don't consider myself a very spiritual person, but I grow up without saying that I can certainly see the benefit spirituality and to provide hope, relief, and something to look forward to when life becomes increasingly difficult. To dedicate an hour or 7 hours a day to prayer becomes a real concern for the state of the student's educational experience. And this was only one portion of a cocktail of educational masterpiece. An average day of class included drawing or a piece of read. If we had time, we did a few math problems. I went my entire 6th grade year without a plan, as my teacher had no intention of dealing with the complicated material which she decided to make. My classroom had become a multi-purpose room with weight at our desk, the donated leftovers of various organizations. It became abundantly clear to me that this school had become a place for students ostracized from the OUSD with nowhere else to go. By the end of my 6th grade year, American Indian Public Charter School had become accessible to sex, violence, and drugs, completely unrecognizable as a learning institution. It was on the verge of imploding. I remember the summer before 7th grade, certainly had reservations about returning to AIPCS. However, I heard the school had undergone some changes and there was a new faculty in place. I remember meeting Ben Chavis for the first time. His thicker and black gave him a comical appearance, and he had the most intense southern accent I'd ever encountered. He went on and on about bullfighting, and at some point it became some contrived analogy for determination. But he began to discuss his plan to flip the school. I don't remember the specifics, but at 12, I could see this man was going to oversee some dramatic changes. So I decided to stay in there a year, and that proved to be a pivotal decision. My remaining years at AIPCS were by far some of the most influential years of my life. The school delivered on its promise to provide a safe place to learn, the drugs and fights disappeared. The structure and discipline provided legitimacy to the education I was receiving, and there was a sense of relief that my educational requirements were being met. Consistency and follow-through in conjunction with effective reprimand created a stable environment every student needs to succeed. I owe much thanks to AIPCS because by the end of my time here, the outstanding teachers taught me with mature potential to a successful, hard-working student. As a freshman at Dartmouth College, I struggled to remain afloat with acclimates to an environment so starkly different from the trash-ridden streets of 57 to 86. However, as culture shock waned, I could see it was the discipline, foresight, along with self-worth, all instilled in me as a student at AIPCS, which allowed me to reorient myself with a Bachelor of Arts in Biology on the horizon. In retrospect, it was more beautiful than recognizing the value of what I learned at AIPCS, like the AIPCS family would now be with me wherever I went. During the acclimation, periodic communication with my teacher of 3 years, and the counseling from Ben Chavis were key contributors to my adjustment to the United States. I am now a graduate of Dartmouth College, and I currently work at the United States Geological Survey of the Department of Interior, where I help contribute to important issues like water resource management and its impact on the Bay, and the issue of estuarine salt marsh restoration, implemented to prepare the Bay Area for imminent sea level rise. I can only be thankful of AIPCS for providing me an oasis in the midst of the fiasco of the public education system, including the stability, consistency, and installation of self-worth are essential to providing students at Oakland a chance to succeed. A defeatist attitude plagues the city, and I believe AIPCS is one of only a handful of places working to remediate this affliction. According to a study of FBI crime statistics by Congressional Quarterly, Oakland was ranked as the 5th most crime-ridden city in the nation for 2010. I've spent most of my life in East Oakland, and I've experienced more than my share of tragedies here. I've survived gang violence, avoided dealers and pushers, and I've helped my family pick up the pieces after our homes were robbed and vandalized. So I know that in this unpredictable world, stability, safety, and certainty are in short supply. Therefore today, that your cap and gown and the diploma you're about to receive be a symbol of your perseverance on a dual battlefield of academia and your life in Oakland. You can give them a round of applause. No one has to show it like this. Okay, so as you prepare to take the next step into the college arena, it's both exhilarating and incredibly frightening. But rest assured, as we're certainly in a better position than I was 5 years ago. I've been dubbed a trailblazer, which is vital to the success of this family, that we now have been endowed with what anthropologists call transgenerational intelligence. You have access to all the lessons learned from the successes and the failures of those before you. All that we as a family has accrued since the inception of AIPCS 10 years ago. Just like any family, whether you like it or not, we're going to be there. Clingy and needy, To remind you of your past, we are also going to support you on the way to your ever-changing and dynamic future. So before you depart, I've been given another opportunity to bestow upon you more lessons from my experience. As I sat preparing the speech, I looked back at what advice I would like to have had to have heard before I made my way out there across the country with just a suitcase under my seat and optimism for what was to come. Let's just say I could have used a few pointers. A little naive Mexican boy lost in the woods. The first and basic piece of advice would be to hit the ground running. And I'm not referring to what you do when you hear the hot shots fired down the street. Don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Meet new people, explore creative outlets like art, jewelry making, pottery. If you have always had an interest in sports or recreational activities, go for it. Your first year is most conducive to meeting new people, and most opportunities are designed to recruit professionals. You are talking mildly on campus, and it's all for you. I mean, you're paying for it, or most of it. Your second term is a serious time to clear your study habits in preparation for the rest of your college career. It gives you opportunity to see how they fared your first term. So if you found that you've managed to go your entire high school career without proper or existing study habits, you won't be so lucky in college. Trust me, I was one of those. There are a few more items in my to-do list if you are to achieve high academic performance. Speak to your professors. Not only are they very helpful, well, in most cases, I've had my share of bad professors, but when they can attach a face to your performance, it will really influence your grading of the class. I've certainly scored a few A's out of success or two. Working groups. Studies have shown that students at any age don't best at teaching the same material they're trying to learn. If you find the material for any class is challenging, seek out study groups, either organized by peers or various organizations on campus. Take advantage of this priceless offering. For long-term motivation, understand the big picture. Every night you're up late writing a paper or preparing for an exam, or the sound of laughter, music, and chalk